Well, apparently this chapter came out this day. It's the Fairy Tale chapter 396. But I checked one site, and it was the only one that had it. So either it was supposed to be released this Friday, or it just got released day. It was. I only read on that site that it was supposed to be on a week last week. So why, I have no idea. I guess he was already finished, so he could release it quickly. Either way, the chapter starts is a pretty have fun of some comedic moments. First of all, Natsu and Gajia continue to bicker. Uh, oh, why did you punch me like that? Come on, I didn't even punch you that hard. Yeah, that punch was so light. Yeah, like a puppy love your punch was. And Lucius, oh, come on, would you have to talk about this now? And Juvia joins in the conversation in her sleep, saying, love rival. And Lucius, and don't you talk about stuff when you don't even know what understands them in your sleep or something like that. Well, the Tartarus guys are being angry that they are being mocked, and who can blame them? So suddenly, they decides themselves to be badass and pull power. Torafusa enters the stage. Well, he was already in the stage, but he finally shows his curse. Tenji Kanmei, Heaven and Earth Darkness, which apparently summons dark water that covers an entire area that swallows both Gaijil, Natsu, Yuvia, Lucy, and even Levi, who somehow was not with the weaklings, which is good. I think she should be a more important bit character. Or maybe she will be. You will see soon. Either way, the two Dragon Slayers still try to fight, but they realize they can, and Natsu collapses in the sea. He does not drown, or what we know of, yet, but because apparently this water is not only water, as you know, but also dark water that will poison human and well, so if they want to drown from the water, from being underwater, they will die from the poison of the dark water that Torafusa got from. You know, it almost sounds like the Pirates of Dark Water, something like that. But either way, Gajil managed to hold his breath a bit longer by, well, how do you say this? Sip his mouth? Well, not sip his mouth, but with crosses. Uh, so, so the well, either way, he tries to fight Torafusa, but Torafusa is underwater, so he's temporarily undefeatable. Gajiel uses his shadow though to be a little bit faster, but he still can't win. And Torafusa just fights. This fight scene is actually pretty good by fairytale standards, even though I do not like the fact that Gajiel gets tossed around like a rag doll. It's despair. Either way, but Gajiel gets hit so hard that these things break and he runs out of air. As he begs for air, he begins to see the light and cursing that he does not want to see light. And then a very funny, a bit emotional, but still funny scene happens. Levi has arrived and has saved Gajiel with a kiss. Yeah, she finally kissed him. Well, technically, she did not kiss him. One could say this doesn't count, but she gave him air through a kiss. So, I mean, Levi was on the cover today also, and now we saw her under this water. I think many saw that coming, but I still laughed a little bit when I saw that. She finally kissed her crush, but I think Agil was still a bit dumbfounded what happened, because as soon as he opens his eyes and sees Levi, who has finished the kiss, he says, "What are you doing here?" But Torafusa also says Levi and charges against her. But Gajil, having some new air in his lungs, takes Levi, punches away Torafusa and says, "Hands off. Yeah, hands off my lady. Hands off my lady." So the counterattack begins. This chapter was called Air, and next will was called Steel. So we can guess Gajil will kick Torafusa's ass next week. Given to the fact of how this fight was, in a way people will complain next week, saying that How could Gajiel just do that? What's the power of feelings? Blah 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 blah. You can all skip it. First, the only reason why Gajiel was tossed around here because, well, he cannot breathe. So yeah, while I can argue how could just one kiss of air gives him the power to fight back, I still say at least now he's prepared, right? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that the Tempester is not joining the fight, but apparently can breathe under the water. So now what will Gajiel do? Well, he needs to defeat Torafusa and somehow save the gang, and hopefully they don't die from the poison and water. Give me your thoughts if you have any. I like this one. Especially the kiss. Levi. She's cuter than you think.